Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Another beautiful day to be here with you, looking for opportunities in the capital and money markets. I am your wealth creation enthusiast with a passion for helping individuals and corporate organizations build their personal and corporate net worth via investing in the capital markets. And today we will go again to see what the market offers, especially onto most of us who have always been here looking for these investment opportunities. If you are just joining, I am your wealth creation enthusiast with a passion for helping individuals and corporate organizations build their personal and corporate net worth via investing in the capital and money markets. So it's my pleasure to take you through activities in the market today yet again. We are giving you live and real-time data transmission as always, and we will continue to do so as long as you are interested in growing your wealth. This way we are in touch with the market and always up to speed with market developments, and of course current with opportunities as they arise. You know how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and keep liking and sharing this live stream, because by so doing, those screen actions eventually ends up getting more and more viewers to join us, maybe for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, another privilege again to help someone out there. Keep the screens busy on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, Twitter, wherever you are connected from. We are here to serve you, and we are here to partner to deepen the investment acumen of Nigerians from across the globe. Thank you very much for joining. Therefore, we proceed again today as usual with review of activities in the capital markets yesterday as it occurred, and then we will go on to also take your comments along the line. Afterwards, we proceed to the calls on TikTok by 1 p.m. Nigerian time. So this is me once again offering myself for the service of humanity. And if you are part of this, then of course we are partners in progress. And hopefully, as we build our net worth, yours is also going to receive the appropriate attention to continue to grow. All right? Thank you very much, everyone. I'm seeing your likes across board. Hopefully, we have a great time again today and feast on opportunities and news making the rounds in the markets. And so, I'd like to also welcome Maobi Benita, Gratitude Boss, to join us in today's live stream. And of course, there are my co-hosts and moderators as usual. Hopefully we have a great time together. All right, so let's proceed and take on the review of activities in the capital markets regarding yesterday's performances of stocks and maybe bonds across the Nigerian and foreign markets, of course. So we go again today, another day before us. What happened yesterday? Let's see. The local exchanges, the NGX, actually ended the day with the benchmark all-share index appreciating by 17 basis points to close at 142,377.54 points, right? And what happened in the course of trading? We had market capitalization also increasing accordingly, closing at 90.13 trillion naira. Market breadth was negative at 0.64 times. This performance was driven by gains in Thomas Wyatt, Living Trust, Etana Oil, and losses in Mansard, UPL, and Learn Africa. Trading activity was robust on the day, with the volume of shares traded decreasing by 26% to 383.91 million units, while total value of shares traded improved by 26% to 11.61 billion naira. The most actively traded stock by volume were First Holdco with 47.49 million units, Ella Lakes with 24.46 million units, and Veritas Cap with 21.87 million units. In terms of value, First Holdco led with 1.47 billion naira, followed by Aradel that traded 1.36 billion naira worth of shares, and Zenith Bank with 1.31 billion naira worth of shares traded. That's it about what happened yesterday. Hopefully we'll proceed from here on to many more opportunities as they arise. Okay, on to your comments. But before we begin taking your comments, please let's be informed that the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a place where we grow money patiently, but sometimes we can be surprised with quick gains, and we are happy to take that as well. Otherwise, do not come into the market with a gambler's mentality. This is not a pyramid scheme as well, so you've got to be sure that patience is a virtue that you will need to succeed in this place. And no matter how much you think you have or how small you think you have, the market is open for all comers to grow whatever they have. That's the beauty of the stock market. Start from where you are, develop the discipline of financial intelligence, and in the process build wealth for a better tomorrow. On to your comments right away. Keep them coming. Remember, we share and like the live stream from all platforms from the beginning to the end. All right, so here we go. More of Aradel. Someone says more of Aradel. I missed that because the screen has been skipping very fast. Greetings, my one and only coach for life. Always looking good. God bless you richly. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you for all the roses. I see the gifts on Instagram, on TikTok. Really appreciate. Joshua says, good morning, coach. Looking good today, coach. Thank you very much. Morning, coach. Tilray gained over 32% yesterday. Aaron Allison Oguru, thank you very much. You are following. Did you buy? Will be interesting to know how many people bought those stocks. I wish most of you got in early. The cannabis sector may just enjoy some level of government attention, talking about the U.S. government. And so what you saw may just be the beginning of new things to come, but it will take time, and it will come, but not without the bumps here and there on a daily basis and so on. Good morning, coach. Great to see you again today. Thanks for all you do. God bless you. Thank you very much, Akudo Onyido. Appreciate you for your consistency also. When I see people trying to build wealth, I really respect and appreciate you for even the discipline to do what we are doing here. Forget me, who is doing this for a passion. It takes a lot to sit down every day to listen and participate. So big ups to you. You know why? I value you more, especially the efforts you put in here, because it is more difficult to actually benefit or develop discipline for something you are getting for free. You understand the point? When money is involved, then you are compelled to. But when money is not involved, you just feel like a disciple and just skip a few here and there and so on. So when I see people showing consistency in something that is free, it means, apart from those who are engaged with work and all that, I can understand that very well. Some of you still try to make out time to be a part of this even while at work. So I respect that discipline that you have to continually be a part of this. The most amazing leaders, you get them from voluntary organizations like this. People who stick their time to help mankind. So being here yourselves, you are helping humanity, because the little comments you make, the shares, the likes, and even the testimonials you share, you are actually encouraging someone out there. So together we make a great society. Morning, sir. Can I sell my FCMB to buy more of Aradel? I have GTCO and Zenith already. Very, very good. If you want to do that, the Otumba one, please go ahead. I have information regarding that news concerning FCMB. They just diluted their shares more recently with converting some debts. I can't recall again the figure, whether it's about 3 billion naira worth of debt has been converted to equity, and that means further dilution of those stocks. it's also a means of meeting up their recapitalization. Afternoon, coach. I beg tell Aradel to be coming down for us. Vivian, your money says we've been trying. Aradel has also been cooperating for long, but you see, eyes may see the third quarter result and action may be taking place. Perhaps that's one reason why there is a serious move right now around Aradel. It has really tried and even been abused because it's been too stagnant. Well, we saw what it carried and we decided to take a good position there, and we are thankful for the time it has given us. Should it dip again to 500, I can tell you some people will still not buy and will be waiting. Well, I hope you have some. Good morning, coach. Please, sir, there's a stock you mentioned yesterday that's almost the same as NIDF. Can't remember the full name anymore. Ikem Benzoic. It's CNIF. Right? Coronation Infrastructure Debt Fund, CNIF. CNIF is listed on the NGX and trading for 100 naira. That's the listing price, 100 naira per share. Not liquid at the moment. Holders are still holding on, and so not much activity on that stock in the market yet, because maybe people are waiting to see what they pay when they pay. I am not yet informed about how often their payment is. Is it quarterly like NIDF? We will know. But like I said yesterday, if you missed or you didn't see the video, please be informed that yesterday the stock actually, I mentioned that it was a closed-ended fund. All right, so it's a closed-ended fund, and what that means is it has a tenor of 10 years in its case, and with a tenor of 10 years, it means holders will be paid off after 10 years if you don't sell off and you hold to the end. But it's also tradable on the stock exchange. So what happens is, by the expiration of the tenor, that's all the assets that they've invested in, because it's an infrastructure debt fund, meaning they invest in infrastructure. So when that 10 years elapses, what happens is they will now sell off all the assets that they have acquired and then distribute to holders at the end based on the enterprise value. Hello everyone, thank you very much, Mimi. I'm glad to have you. Please, can I go for Presco today? Paul Adeni, you can go for Presco actually. Okay, is it okay to enter any of the cannabis stock, and which would you advise, coach? I gave my advice yesterday, Tony, and I'm not sure. I've taken another look at the U.S. market as we speak to advise further. Can they send me the link to the beginner's guide and the link to join the Network Investors Club? Messi Adebusui, please, you will send that message via Instagram, because as the live stream is going on right now, I just can't be able to do anything outside attending to you live at the moment. So drop your comments either in one of the YouTube videos, especially the latest ones, or you send me a direct message on Instagram so I can respond after the live stream. Tolu Olashe says, good afternoon, sir. Please, can I buy Aradel today and at what price? Well, I would want to wonder, as usual, why you have to wait till Aradel goes to 600 before now attempting to buy. We've been here screaming Aradel, Aradel, Aradel. Though it's not gone too far, but it just feels a type of way, because it's something that we could have been able to secure when it was selling at even 512 naira. It's not been long. It was selling that low, 512, 510, and so on. Well, I'm going to check for you so you can take another look and then determine for yourself whether or not you should be buying. Because every time there's a strong push upwards, there could also be a dip that follows. But in this case, Aradel has really suffered on one spot for long enough. And let's see what the bid and offer status is. 1.7 million bids, 295,000 offers. And in that case, we now have a situation where the highest bidder is bidding at 612 naira. Whether or not the price changes today at the close of trading, I would not know, because I have not been watching that closely at only Aradel in the market as to determine whether a block transaction of 100,000 shares was ever done. But I'm seeing total volume traded so far over 1 million shares, are valued at 641 million naira spent on Aradel this morning, and the weighted average cost is 608. So on the average, over 1 million shares traded today, they all bought at an average of 608 naira, meaning it's now difficult to buy it under 600. If I go through the bids available, there are about 117,000 bids at 600 and above. Whether you should bid 600 or you should bid 598, you now make up your mind. But the highest bidder is 612 at the moment. Doesn't mean it can be cleared down back to 598. It's still possible. We saw it happen yesterday. It can happen again today. Ajiboye Oyebisi says, "Hi coach, is it still okay to buy any of the cannabis stock today, and which would you advise?" My watch list is not on the system I use, so I really can't tell now. My advice would have been based on how the movement was yesterday, and now that it's 12 noon, maybe pre-market activities is going on. But usually what happens is, before that policy eventually comes into effect, it will keep pumping up and down before a final sustained pump upwards. So there is a chance that those who gained so much yesterday may not gain too much today. So maybe you take a look at the ones that didn't gain too much, that maybe single digit gains in terms of percentage wise, and then take a considerable position there and wait to see how the rest turns out. Over time, they will keep fluctuating, that's for sure. So the idea of sharing the watch list is for you to also keep an eye. When they eventually drop well enough, you take position if you missed entering before the market opened yesterday. And then from there, you keep an eye on how they develop. Okay? All right. This is free value, easy to recognize. God bless you. Thank you very much, Taye. Appreciate. Good morning, coach. I want to buy NVIDIA, Intel, and Grab, but I have money for only two. Which two can I buy out of the three stocks listed above? Now, I'm kind of, how do I put it now? Slow to advise on buying these stocks that recently pumped. NVIDIA, Intel. I really am someone who will advise that you go into the market very cautiously, because the all share index or the S&P 500 has always been pumping, and as a result of the pump we are seeing, there has been all-time high records over and over repeatedly. That's a sign to be cautious. For me, I'm really holding on to the discipline of being cautious when the indexes rise like that to all-time highs, because it's inevitable that there will be a bust soon. How soon, we don't know. And which of the stocks sectors will be affected, particularly technology and AI, especially AI that has been pumping all along. So you have to manage your risk very well. Most of us here bought NVIDIA when it was less than 100. When we saw the opportunity, we dived in, and now it's more difficult to explain. That doesn't mean NVIDIA shouldn't be racing towards $200. So if you have that in mind and you understand that there will be zigzag movements along the line, price fluctuations, volatility, then you can buy a stock like NVIDIA. I can't really also, let me check for you, Grab. I know there has been a lot of noise about Intels, and people have made all the money. I mentioned Intels long ago, even before this deal that pumped it up. So really difficult now to say anything about Intel's whether or not you should buy. You need to wait for Intel's to pull back properly. There is a lot of artificial pricing that have been priced in. Eventually, what the market was pricing in will now have to manifest in the form of results. And you know, quarterly results will keep coming out, and if they don't see the expectations met, then there will be a little adjustment before the real deal begins to show up in their books. Okay, so I'm trying to search for Grab and see what comes out of it, but there's a delay on the platform I use, so I'll just hang on until I get a response. Then I can go on to your next questions. Coach, please, is Sterling Bank a good buy today? Joe Cross. I saw Sterling jumping towards 7 naira 80 kobo from yesterday 750 or thereabouts, and it's showing that they are confident. Coach, please, is Ella Lake still a good buy? Charles Brain, Ella Lakes is a good buy under 12. I think it's about racing back to 12. Now, for Grab, I was responding to a comment by Ikem Benzoic. Please avoid Grab for now. There's negative news about it. Investors can file late claims for $80 million settlement after Grab Holdings reported a 44% revenue drop and a $1.1 billion loss affecting its stock price. So if I may choose from the three, I'm dropping Grab from that your list instead. This will negatively impact the stock price. I can assure you of that. All right. So you need to do all these checks before you make your move. I bought for 11 naira 80 kobo. That's nice. I think right now the mood is an upward movement for a stock like Ella Lakes. It has consolidated under 12 for long enough, and I am thinking it's time for it to accelerate because bid and offer status was showing something else. Now look at that. Already it has jumped to 12 naira 30 kobo as we speak. 18 million bids versus 4.8 million offers. So a whole lot there as far as Ella Lakes is concerned in terms of price movement, just about to happen. 18 million bids, so it has consolidated long enough and it's now looking like a time to fly is finally here. Good day, Coach. Is today a good day to buy VFD, UACN and UPDC, Oma Beauty? Never mind, I'll check one before the other. VFD Group, yes, it's a good day to buy it, still around the 10 naira threshold. Don't buy anything more than 10 naira 50 kobo. Interest is high though, 12 million bids versus 3 million offers. So that's for VFD Group. UACN looks good at 67. Yesterday's closing price, same with now as we speak. 1.7 million bids versus 1.4 million offers. I would advise bid under the 67, which is closed yesterday and which is recently traded. So maybe 66.85, so that by the time they add your costs, commissions, VAT, and what have you, your average cost price would now settle at around 67. So buy it under 67 for 66.85. Put in a bid there. There are just about 16,000 bids at that price. Sorry, almost 30,000 bids at 66 naira 85 kobo. So it's possible that you can be sold to at that price today. You may want to bid lower than 66 naira 80 kobo. Under 50,000 shares at that price, and then may get to your turn. Okay, Coach, can we still buy LAC today? LAC. What's LAC is supposed to be a stock you missed. I really needed to know. System is showing some slow signs here. Really not palatable for now with the kind of speed I want to engage. I bought for 66.75 a few minutes ago. Charles Braid is really cutting deals. Interesting. Can I buy Stanbic and be part of the dividend? Discovery 001. You can actually be part of Stanbic dividend if you buy now. I think most of the qualification dates for these interim dividends for banks is fixed at October. And today is the last day of the month. So once again, you are all winning. You've seen the last day of the month, and really, really good to be with you, right? Okay, we keep going and see how it goes at the end of trading. Boss, well done. Please, I regret I didn't buy enough Aradel and Boa Food, but can I sell GTCO, MTN, and Beta Glass to buy more of Aradel and Presco? Please, some stocks you just hold them and really benefit them more. Talking about Matthew Adejube's question on YouTube right now. Matthew, do not sell GTCO and MTN. Still hold on. There's some good value there. What you can sell, I can guarantee, is Beta Glass. Sell and then concentrate on buying more Aradel for now. You know, Aradel is still cheaper than Presco, so acquire enough Aradel before you think of fresh funds for Presco. Presco will wait a bit before any serious move. Maybe it could be in January. Coach, good afternoon. Is it good to buy Sterling Rights offer at 7? Well, I think it's a public offer. Pastor John Adelumola, it's a public offer, and I think you can buy, because usually between when you do the participate in the offer and eventually send in your money before they allot and all that, may take a few months, and at that time the stock price might have increased, like we saw in Fidelity and others, including GT Bank, that did their public offers last year. Coach, I have fund to use by February 2026. What stock to buy? Was thinking of TIP, Ella, or Champion. Well, just proceed with everything in TIP. Honors B for real says, Coach, is IMPP a good buy? Now, IMPP yesterday dipped exactly what I said, that this stock is supposed to dip first. It can't just be running that way. So it dipped yesterday, which is a good sign, and I'm also sharpening my arsenal to be able to strike again. How low will it dip? From the 5 it got to yesterday, it lost 5% to close at $4.75, and in pre-market it's $4.70. So I'm waiting to see how low it can dip for me to take position. That's what I actually wanted. That's why I bought in bits. I bought at 455 or so. This is a stock I was seeing, watching at 3 and thinking it will stay there, but it's beginning to show very good signs. So just make sure you are not buying at $5 now that it is at $4.74. We'll see what the mood is in the market in terms of volume and of course in terms of price movement. If the volume is a lot, then accumulation may be going on. It could still dip down to 450. You begin to take some. But if it shows any signs of rising further, then it's better you take enough now and wait for any further dip in the near term. But this is a very long-term stock that I'm accumulating, so I'm not bothered when it drops. I rather see it as an opportunity to take some more. All right. Okay, keep your comments coming in. Please, Coach, which stock can I buy with 500,000? GZ Hair Period. 500,000 Nigerian stock. Where does that go now? Let's see. 500,000. Oh la la. I am thinking that 500,000 will serve you well if you can buy a stock like TIP under 13. Now let me see how much TIP is at the moment. 1310 is what TIP is. If you are lucky, you could find it less than 13 along the line. Should it ever drop below 13, then there's a chance. And by the way, you must not buy it now. Sometimes you are bidding for a stock at a particular price, say 67, for a stock that is selling for 69. You bid today 67, they reject it all day. The next day you come again, bid 67, they reject it all day. You'll be surprised, a day will come, not too long after, that same stock, somebody will come into the market and crash it to 65. You've been bidding 67 and getting rejected and thinking, wow, it may never come down. You may just be tempted to buy at 68. And then one day somebody just comes in, crashes it down to 65 because they are in a hurry to get money out of the market to do things. And they actually know they are making profits even at 65 because maybe it's a stock they bought at 40, right? So patience is the name of the game. Like I say always, most of us who are members of the club, you know this saying. I say we may think that we are buying and selling stocks, but in the real sense, what we are doing is we are trading patience, buying and selling patience. Where your patience stopped and you decided to sell a stock is where the patience of the buyer starts. So we are just trading patience. And the one who holds patience long enough eventually wins the race. If you are not following me, you are losing money. OJ says, Coach, please, what can I buy with 150K? UBA, First Bank, RDL, CWG. At this point, it just could be First Bank. Otherwise, more RDL, because you remember I always said that when RDL gets to 600, I will stop buying. And so I was just trying to continue to buy RDL while it was under 600. Now I do not feel satisfied. I still feel like I need to buy more RDL. So these things happen. Before it runs out of hand, you may want to still have some more. May and Baker, please, what do you coach? I don't understand your question. If you need my opinion about May and Baker and there's no name on your handle, well, May and Baker, I once told someone to buy, it dropped to 16 then, but let's see how much it is now. May and Baker has made many rich. I think I first started mentioning May and Baker when we were on WhatsApp. That time it was selling around 5 naira per share. May and Baker is at 16.45. I think that's now a fair price to buy it because it usually goes up to 17 and 18 and stay or lingers there. Thank you very much, Alated King and Alishin Lekon. I see you there always trying to share this live stream, and you have impacted so many who have joined us for the first time. So we keep going. Please talk about Sterling shares. People are always coming back to repeat the same questions. These are the issues. If you want to buy Sterling Bank, public offer price is fair enough. You can go ahead and buy. Good morning, Coach. I sent you a message through inbox. Could you please check for me? Well, maybe after the live stream, I will. Maverick Limited. So you know the drill. Copy your questions to the clipboard and keep pasting repeatedly so that I don't miss it out. And that helps the response turnover. Please don't fail to repeatedly post your message until I respond, because the screen keeps scrolling repeatedly, and before I will finish one explanation, 10 messages or questions would have scrolled past. Good Coach, please, I did not know if you have said anything about Fidelity Bank. Is there hope in this stock? Wichi John, there is hope in Fidelity, if that is what you are asking for. Fidelity Bank continues to be profitable. It's already touched 20 today, even though there are heavy sellers. 10.9 million offers versus 5.2 million bids. The stock price still decides that it will stay above yesterday's 1995. So, like I said, patience is the name of the game. The MD of Fidelity actually bought some billion, was it I've forgotten how many billion naira worth of stocks for 20 naira per share earlier this year. I remember that when they passed it, just after, in fact, that was, she bought before that court judgment that created fear and dropped it to 17. It has shown serious resilience. It's not now that Fidelity will now be a bad investment. Bobizzi says, Coach, please, what's the best price to bid for charms? Best bid price for charms. I'd go on to check the bid and offer to know exactly. Charms is dropping 5 kobo at the moment. Yesterday it closed at 3 naira 60 kobo per share, but today it's at 3.55. And bid and offer is showing 6 million bids, 4 million offers. So I think the best price could just be 351 or 350. It's possible to buy at 350 from what I'm seeing here. Okay. Dan says, please, how can I get into your paid mentorship group, if any, sir? It's one-on-one. It's not a group. So if you want that, we will know what suits you. Just send me, follow me on Instagram, send me a DM, and then I'll show you for us to go through what exactly suits you. Good morning, Coach. Is Wema Bank a good buy? Fabulous Media, Wema Bank is actually a good buy. As far as it's at 17, still at 17 naira 70 kobo now, it's a good buy. So what can you say about FG tax on capital gains up to 30%? The question you need to ask yourself is, are you going to be taxed? Because that 30% tax on capital gains has conditions. First off, the amount must be equal to or greater than 150 million naira gain, capital gain. Second, that capital gain must have been realized within a 1-year period. Third, that capital gain must be one that you are pulling out of the market. So if you are investing, it is growing, and then you are reinvesting, compounding, you are not taxed because you have not moved the money out. So when they give headlines like that, I always say try. I know it's difficult to keep doing long videos. A lot of people also don't like long videos, but it's in long videos that you get the detailed information that is being shared. For instance, when I spoke about the tax, how to generate your tax ID, a lot of people are just lost and confused and just come and start raining courses on the government. They're just venting their anger on something they have not read. So it really baffles me how people make it in life without really going deep down to get details before they respond to things. At best, don't respond because you haven't finished reading. Thank you very much, Shola, for the ice cream cone. Appreciate that. Okay, so it's not anything to panic. Besides, if you make good gains, even if you are offloading the gains, let me tell you, there are so many. This thing is mostly targeted at, if you want to reason with me now, I reason it and I see that it is mostly targeted at foreign portfolio investors. You will be amazed how many $1 million are invested in the Nigerian capital market from abroad. That's foreign companies coming in to trade Nigerian stocks. It happens. So when they are pulling out the money, they have to be taxed. And if the tax is actually within the range, even if not exactly what they tax them over there in their countries. So when you want to pull out such money, so you know it's a lot of money that you have invested in, and you will make a lot of money. For instance, the person is making, okay, the minimum threshold is 150 million, right? Let's assume it's 100 million gain they made. They'll be going with 70 million and leave 30 million for the government. Should it be 1 billion naira gain that means they'll be living with 700 million and leaving behind 300 million. So by and large, a gain is a gain. It's a bonus you share with the government. But the only problem, like I said in that video, is the use of these taxes. That's where our contemporaries stand out abroad. Okay? Because they utilize it very well for the masses and they can see what the tax is being used for, so they are happy to pay. Okay? So our problem has always been mismanagement. That's where our problem is. Boss, well done, please. I regret I didn't buy enough Aradel and Bua food. Okay, I responded to that. Annie says, Coach, could you please advise on Sterling Bank offer? Perhaps you already did, but I missed it. Thanks. Sterling Bank is okay if you can wait long enough. 2-3 years from now, the 7 Naira offer will look very good. So that's my response. Even Pastor John Adelumola is also asking. Hi Coach, which of these have paid dividends this year? Fidelity, Owando, NB, FBN, PZ, Etana, Honeywell, Okomo, Wapco, International Breweries, Skyway, Qtix, CWG, MTN, Dangsment. All of this, how can I respond to all of this? And Ebinom, I can't remember if all of them have paid. So let me tell you the ones I'm sure. Owando didn't pay, Fidelity paid. Nigeria Breweries, not sure whether they paid. First Bank paid a tiny 60 kobo per share. PZ, not aware. Etana, not aware. Honeywell, yes, they paid. Okomo paid. Wapco paid. International Breweries, not aware. Skyway, not aware. Qtix, yes, I think they paid. CWG, yes, I think they paid. MTN, they didn't pay. Dang Cement, yes, they paid. Dang Sugar, not aware. I think they didn't pay. Did they? Can't remember. Zenith, yes. GTCO, yes. Mansard, yes. And I hope that helps a little bit. Isiaka Olalekon says, good afternoon, Coach. Please, I have 150k. Can I top up my chance or top down my Qtex? Please go ahead and top up. Hi, Coach. Which of these have paid dividend this year? All right, responded to that. Thank you very much. Coach, what's the best price for Charms today? I'll check quickly and get back to you. Charms, I said that time, 2 Naira 50 kobo. Let's see if things have changed a little bit so we can know exactly where we're headed. Charms, currently 3 Naira 53. Still 6.4 million bids versus 4.3 million offers. Maybe 351 or 350 still. Same, okay? Right. Good afternoon, Coach. Can I sell my UBA, boss? It's going down. I bought at 48 and it's down to 43. Isiaka Olalekon, do not panic sell when you buy a good asset just because it went down. Rather, buy more at 43. That way, your average entry price will no longer be 48. It won't be as high as 48 anymore. Buy more at 43, automatically you lower your initial entry price because they will now average the boat, and maybe it will come down to 45 average cost, something like that. But that will seriously depend on the volume of shares you buy versus what you already had before. For instance, if you bought one unit of UBA at 48, if you buy another 1 unit at 43, it could average down to 48 or 48 plus 43 divided by 2. So maybe around 45 or something like that. But if you bought 1 unit of UBA at 48 and you are buying 2 units at 43, then you are most likely getting close to 43 as your average entry price. So volume also matters versus how low the price went before you are buying back. Because the lower it goes, the cheaper it becomes to cut down that 48 far below the 48. I hope you understand a little bit I'm saying here. Please, sir, can I sell my Owando stock to buy Aradel now? Toluwa Leshe. Actually, that's a good substitution. It's like bringing in the best in the second half to come and win a match. So if that's what you want, go ahead. Aradel will make you sure money. Owando continues to be a 50-50 game. Right? Good afternoon, coach. Which of these have paid dividend? All right, I've responded to all of these. All right, keep the comments coming in. Max Zeno, good day, coach. Please, say something about Medview stock. Medview. There's stock like Medview. Is it not the aircraft company Medview? Wow. I must be lost. Hold on, let me check if they are in the crude sector, because now it's difficult to even find where they are. Is there a stock like Medview? Somebody help me. I'm checking the Nigerian market, unless it's a foreign stock and I'm not aware of such. Medview. Sorry, I don't know about any stock like Medview on the NGX. If you are not following me, you are most probably losing money without knowing. Good afternoon, coach. Best stock under 100 naira. Best stock under 100 naira. On what basis are you besting it? If you allow me to decide what is the best stock under 100 naira, I will simply say there are many. Cadbury is there if you can find it around 60 or below. You have Dangote Sugar is there if you can find it around under 60. But again, we saw it drop to 54 or something last week, and then overnight it recovered sharply. Then you have NASCON at 97 or thereabouts. These are solid stocks that are under 100 naira, that have strong fundamentals and the growth potential to fly. All right? Okay. Keep your comments coming in on TikTok. Let's keep going. Coach, please, is it good to go in on Champs now? If yes, at what's the best price to bid for Champs? 2 naira, 3 naira 50 kobo. Hello, coach. Does Champs pay dividend between Aradel and Dang Sugar? Which one is better for medium term? Pascal, Anya, when it comes to timing, it becomes difficult because nobody can tell which company does. Champs have announced that they are paying dividend from this financial year, having halted dividend payments some years ago. Coach, Aradel couldn't wait for me to hit my target. Never mind. The stock is still always available. And that's one good thing about Aradel, very liquid. So you can buy and sell at any time, no matter what price. Coach, what's the price to bid for Zenith? Ikeora Chinanye. Let's check what's happening with Zenith. It was around 70. It's now 69.30. Bid and offer status states 7.9 million bids, 7.9 million offers. This is a classic equilibrium situation that we have in terms of the demand and supply for Zenith at the moment. Highest bidder is bidding at 69.25 kobo, just 5 kobo below the 69.30 that the last person bought. Don't forget, it closed yesterday at 69.60. So I think the ideal price to buy, no pressure on both sides because it's equilibrium bid and offer. If you want to buy immediately, 69.30 will go. Otherwise, you want to struggle and haggle with a few kobos here and there, then you place your bid at 69.15 or thereabouts. But that means more than 400,000 shares has to be traded before it gets to your turn. Some of these stocks, you just patiently buy whenever you want to buy, or you wait for a major dip. Sterling is still receiving attention. It's gained 40 kobo right now and just sold for 7 naira 90 kobo. So Sterling is eyeing the 8 naira mark. And if it touches 8 naira, that makes the public offer even more lucrative and attractive for retail investors to participate. Hey coach, what's the best price for Dang Sugar? Murphy, we saw Dang Sugar dropping day. Let's see what it is exactly right now. Currently losing a little bit. Yesterday closed at 61, now it's 59.70. Bid and offer. Let's see if this drop will last or may not last. There are 3.5 million bids versus 1.8 million offers. So that's the case. If you are not following me, you are losing money. Okay, Sterling public offer ended today. I am not even following, so I can't even tell. If Sterling public offer has ended, then that must have been a major reason why the price begins to rally from the floor. 7.90 Naira as we speak, and still selling. Coach, please, I have £3,000 to invest in foreign stocks market. Please, can you suggest some penny stocks? Boss Energy Blueprint. I wanted to share a particular screen. I wanted to start a game. I'm still trying to know how to share it. I will form a YouTube community and share because I can screen share there. What is this all about? I want to invest in foreign stocks with $2,000 and see how it grows for 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years, how far it goes. So this question just reminded me of that, and I was thinking of sharing it and wondering how to go about documenting it. Just $2,000. Let's see what it becomes in 3 years, and I'll be sharing the screen from time to time, what I'm buying and so on. For instance, yesterday I put in bids for 3 stocks, and it will be long-term and swing trades along the line, following market developments and so on and so forth. Something I want to be doing and sharing. I already documented the first transaction yesterday, so it will involve some penny stocks, some value, some growth, like that. Okay, so I am thinking the best and most appropriate way to do it is a closed circle, like the YouTube community. So I'm reforming that YouTube community just to encourage people, and then maybe you want to mirror trade, or you want to also do your due diligence on anyone that is shared. You go ahead and do it. It helps you to understand that I know what you go through when you buy a stock and it drops, because it will happen along the line, but you will see how it is managed. Don't run into a stock even when you buy it at your own price that you feel okay, this is like a base price, it may not drop. It will drop before your very eyes, and then what do? How you manage that drop. So you plan for what happens after you buy in case it drops, so you can buy more to average down. But you also need to know when to average down, while also following the news surrounding that stock. So we'll see how it goes. But I've already documented one sale. So I bidded for Uber. I made sure I didn't want it under up to 100. Bidded under 100, 98. Remember when I mentioned Uber here, it was dilly-dallying around 92, 94, 90, came down to even 89 or something. Uber touched $100 yesterday for the first time ever. How about Robin Hood, which I spoke about and even posted at 111. Robin has touched 130 or something yesterday. So most of these things just continue to grow. And it takes patience when a stock is found, but not without the volatility along the line. So we'll see how that goes. Coach, can I sell the worst performing bank stock, Access, for MTN or Dang Cement? I would rather say Dang Cement for very clear reason. Dangote Cement has done a lot that is not well reported, that will benefit shareholders, especially minority shareholders. They've been doing share buyback, like most other companies do share buyback, but guess what? They went ahead to cancel all the share buybacks that they've done. Cancel in the sense that the shares they bought that they are supposed to retain as a company, they took it out of existence. What that simply entails is that Dangote Cement has effectively reduced their total number of shares outstanding. That's what they've done. And what that implies is suddenly their per share metrics increases. And when it increases like that, they can easily pay more dividend than they are paying. They paid 13 naira per share for the 2024 financial year this year. They are going to now be able to pay even more as production and profit, including revenues, continues to increase. That's something that's not been well documented, but we know. While other companies that do the regular buyback is you buy the shares back from the market because you feel it is cheap, and then you retain it for the company. When dividends are paid, just as individuals get their dividends and other institutions that invested get their dividend, you too will also get your own dividend. Thus, the company will now get dividend for the stocks that they bought back for themselves. But in this case, they cancel the shares from existence. So effectively, they have reduced their shares outstanding. This is the same, let me remind you, this is the same Dangote Cement that was selling for 700 and something naira when Femi Otedola bought stakes in it. It's what is still selling at 500 now. So the ball is in your court. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 minutes and the call line will be open. Thank you very much, Lucky. God bless you. Took that out of my mouth. Interesting. So in 3 minutes now, the TikTok lines will be open for your calls. Yesterday, you waited too long to make a call, and then just 5 minutes or 10 minutes before we close, we now saw 2 minute calls. Call early enough, ask your questions early enough so that you don't go unanswered at the end of today's live stream. Coach, when will Dangote Refinery list? Ojukes, we have been informed reliably by the company that Dangote Refinery will be listed next year, no longer this year. So keep loading up your gunpowder in readiness for the listing next year. Hello, Coach. What can I buy with? Oh, that has skipped off. Hello, Coach. Does Champs pay dividend? Yes, I've answered that. Right. Coach, when will Dangote pay dividends? 2 tatut. Dangote Cement has paid dividend 30 naira per share. Unless there is okay, so Sterling Bank offers close today. All right, that means the stock price will start moving. Just now we spoke about VFD that was selling at 10.50, is now jumping to 10.85. Interesting, isn't it? In fact, it's 10.90 right now. I hope the person who asked about VFD was able to buy at that's 10 naira 50 kobo, please. Because from what I'm seeing, 12 million bids, 1 million offers for VFD shows that maybe today may be difficult. Kaka bought VFD 10 naira 30 kobo today. Wonderful. You're already 60 kobo per share up in profit. Kaka is a sniper. Can you see that? Everyone is improving in their skills, and I'm glad it puts more money in your pocket. That's the most important thing, because we are a group of people who are able to deal with money matters easily when they arise. Coach, what NGX stocks are you investing in today? Baby girl, Chelsea. Today I'm not buying anything. That reminds me, let me take a look at my portfolio. A lot of times I just come and talk to you here. It's either, if I have to buy, I have to rebalance, maybe sell something to buy something, but I have to be very, very convinced that it is good to get in. If you want to ask me, the very last stock I bought was UPDC REIT. Okay, so I'm not in the market today to buy anything. Like I said, It's the foreign market I'm looking at. So yes, to that individual who asked about some penny stocks to buy in the foreign markets, IMPP has dropped, good to buy. NEO is proving stubborn, may not drop below 7. We've waited, it actually managed to drop to 688, but it's gathering more momentum. There are other penny stocks, TTI also. I think I mentioned TTI here around $3. I think TTI has also gone up to touch 5. And one of the most spectacular ones is I Am Gold. Was at 5, it's now 12, or touched 12 and then dropped to 13. I don't have my watch list here, so I can't really share. But the stocks I'm looking forward to getting in that $2,000 portfolio is, apart from Uber that I bidded for yesterday that didn't work because Uber eventually closed at 100. ACMR is another one. I remember mentioning ACMR at 19. It's now 38 or so. I still see a very long-term potential in that. There is also, what's the other one again? Exord. Exord is a crypto-based stock, but one crypto company that really makes money. I'm supposed to do a video about Exord and share. Exord is at 28. There was a time it rose to 38 or something like that. So this is a good time to get into Exord as well. I think those were the stocks. There are so many I'm looking at, but because of the price, most of them have not gotten to a price that I would really want to enter. So it's a journey, and it's really enjoyable if you ask me. I will just capture the screens and then do a voiceover and be sharing on that. So watch out, YouTube family, that community will be created. And then if you want to copy trade, do your due diligence and enjoy. Do you see NEO ever reaching the highs of 2022? Yes, I do. Honestly speaking, if they incorporate robotics in their car manufacturing, just do what Tesla is doing, because they are a cheaper version of Tesla. And you know how the Chinese can really compete. They will make the same standard of vehicle in terms of design and everything, efficiency-wise as well. Sometimes their vehicles are even more efficient than the US vehicles. And then sell it for very cheap because cost of production is lower there. And that's the reason why Tesla is manufacturing in China, to compete in terms of pricing. But you can't beat China when it comes to these things. So they have a large market and they will continue to compete. That was when the EV hype was at the highest. Electronic vehicle, everybody was wondering, wow, there was so much hype. So every company that came in and that claimed to be doing electronic vehicles, you will see this issue, stock price just jumping left, right, and center. The company has not produced, no revenue. There were some stocks like that, no revenue, but stock price was just flying. You just needed to know. This same NEO that is 7 now, remember we started talking about NEO again at around 4 or 5. That's when I started mentioning it here afresh. This same NEO now that is 7, I bought at, I think at 9 and at 14 that time, 2022. Then NEO rose, boom, to 40. I sold at 40, then it raised further higher to around 60 or 70 dollar per share. That was when Tesla fired up to, was it $2,800. This Tesla you are seeing today was selling for as much as $2,800 or $3,000. Got close to $3,000 or something like that. And then they did stock split. So it's not today we started seeing these things. They now split the stocks of Tesla. So if you had Tesla that time, the number of shares you have now has increased because of that stock split, so that they will lower the price and make it affordable. Amazon used to be 3,000 plus. if not 4,000 per share, dollar per share. So they had to also do stock split. So one advantage of investing in some of these big names is they get to a point where they feel it has become too expensive for retail investors, and then they agree and sanction a stock split. So those who already have it, they will now give you for the Tesla at that time, it was 20 Tesla for one that you had. So the price will now be prorated to come down. That's why you are seeing Tesla. You saw Tesla at 100 and something dollars, then it got to 200, 300, and now 400 and something dollars again. You know, that time I bought Tesla $780 per share, and suddenly Tesla galloped to that 2,000 plus. I sold, so I didn't partake of the split. You know, so that reminds me of splits that happens even with Bitcoin. Every 4 years they split the price. It's called halving. They halve the price of Bitcoin to start up from there. So get ready for the next halving, but it's not happening soon. I will confirm when the next halving is happening, but then it's time for your course, ladies and gentlemen. The lines are open on TikTok. It's already 6 minutes past 1 p.m. Now there's not one caller. The problem is they will now call 10 minutes before closing so that I can start apologizing. Anyway, Peter Wanchuku says, good day, coach. Please, can I sell access to buy tip? I have Zent already. That's a good move. Everybody is now tired of access because it's really dragged, not performed, disappointing, even when dividends are paid. But we just don't know what eventually will happen should the management keep their promise of improving on dividend payouts. For now, I can only just hope. So that's the situation with this access. But if you see a good opportunity like TIP, then you should go ahead. We have our first caller, Ojukes. Please keep your environments quiet and let's have a good conversation. Thank you very much. There's so much screen activity on TikTok. The likes, the shares, the reposts, you guys are simply amazing. It's really, really buzzing here on TikTok. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Coach. Morning.
All right, good morning from where you are. Please go ahead and tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Yeah, my name is Ojukes. I'm streaming from Ontario, Canada.
Thank you very much, Ojukes. Please go ahead.
Okay. I have a question for the 1 million challenge. Some have concluded, some still ongoing. I tried to just conclude my own quickly and face other things. Which I did. I jumped in on Chams, did about 3 million units of Chams, then rounded off my QTix to 2 million. Then I have some funds now, about 10M. I'm thinking of doing Cornhall. I want to do Cornhall 2 million, then UPDC maybe 1 million. But I have a question. Should I just conclude on the 1 million challenge? Because I just wanted to do like four companies, which is Chams, QDix, Cornhall, and UPDC. Should I just round it off, or should I do some blue chip? Because you also say you should have a lot of small companies there. It's going to affect your portfolio. However, I also have the blue chip, the Fugas, about 300,000 of each. Then Arabelle, Dank Sugar, MTN, and all that. So I'm just asking if I should go ahead. If it's not going to impact me that much, I'm going to go ahead. Or should I split the money and do some blue chip?
Okay, talking about the blue chips you have, really figures that makes up your blue chip portfolio.
GTCO 100,000, UBA 300,000, Zenith 300,000, Fidelity 200,000. Sorry. Then First Bank and Access is below 50,000.
What I'm saying is outside the Fugas, you don't have any other blue chip.
I have Aradel 25,000. I have UACN. I have MTN and Okum. Then Danksment.
Now, as far as the 1 million challenge is concerned, can you mention how many stocks have you done, whether it's 1 million or 3 million or whatever? How many 1 million challenge stocks do you have
I
that
have
you have accomplished?
I have two concluded now, Champs and Qtix.
Okay. Um, I think your spread is not bad, but you are very exposed in the banks.
Yes.
So you need to prop up some more in the industrial and fast-moving consumer goods sector. Do you
Okay.
have UCL and Cadbury?
I only have UACN.
You may want to build up on a stock like Dangote Cement that you already have and
Okay.
possibly get some mass fund. Your portfolio needs help a lot. Let me explain. The banking sector has experienced an unusual price increase this year. It's
Yeah.
not normal. And the growth of bank stocks in terms of share price are bound to reduce in 2026. That's because of the dilution that will have taken effect fully from the recapitalization which ends next year.
Okay.
You don't now want to be weighed down with too many banks and therefore slow down the growth of your portfolio.
Okay.
So just use your initiative to strike a balance, not too much exposure in any sector. And should there be a market fluctuation or dip or share price crash,
Yeah.
the small ones will not save you at that time. In fact, that will now be a chance to buy the small ones even cheaper to average down because they are always going to be available, I mean affordable, until they go past the penny stage.
Okay.
So I think you should shore up your holdings with stocks like NASCOM,
Nascon.
CAC, increase your UACL if you like,
Okay.
and maybe the Dunk Cement and Boa Cement. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Next caller. This is how we will flow now. Fabulous Media is our next caller. Harry Julie will follow. Boss Energy the third. Let's see how it goes. Please keep your environment quiet.
No.
Good conversation. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're streaming from, please.
I'm coming from London. Thank you for all you do. Thank you very much.
Great.
But my first question is this. First, is Wema Bank a good buy?
Question number one, yes, it is, especially at today's price of 17. It's a good buy.
Okay. Okay. So it's good to hold for a long time though, or short term, which
Long-term buy. 80-year-old and still running, has a lot of accounts under their belt, paid 1 naira per share dividend. I think they have capacity to do more than that. And so amongst the tier two banks, they are punching very well above their weight and it looks good at 17.
okay
Never
then.
mind the fact it actually rose as high as 25. So to be buying at 17 now is a good entry.
Okay then. Thank you very much. And again, the second question is the 1 million challenge though. I've concluded I concluded it on the charms, and I also thank you very much.
I forgot to applaud the other person. Everyone
Thank you.
who is 1
And
million, congratulations. Go
okay,
ahead.
thank you. And again, on On the right issue, I also applied for additional 1 million. On the although they've debited my account already, so but I don't know if they will allocate it to me, but the money has been debited from my account.
All right.
So, but I've not heard anything from there. I've not heard anything from them. So I just said I don't know because I did it twice because I got those shares on 2 different accounts. So first of all, I did it with the first one, which is 1 million plus additional 1 million, and I did it with the second broker again, additional 600. So technically, I got 1.6 additional, but I've already concluded the 1 million already on a separate on one of the platform as well. So I also applied. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. So I just need an advice on that on what to do as well.
All right. First off, house, we can't just be sitting here and just hearing that someone has achieved 1 million shares, 2 million shares, or whatever it is, and just watching as if we're not aware. Come on, we are a supportive community. Let's celebrate every caller who has achieved 1 million shares in any stock. No stock of those who are doing it in multiple companies right now. Come on, house, go ahead, celebrate. I also love the conversation going on amongst our sisters on the comment section right now. They are, encouraging themselves. If you find yourself in a community where you are pushed to become your best, especially when it comes to doing with your financial outcome, then you have all men and women blessed. That's what we are all about. Let's celebrate once again. 1 million challenge achieved. Now, on to your question, sir. You see, everyone is excited. We are celebrating our billions ahead of time. When you mentioned you applied for 1 million extra rights shares for Charms, I was getting my water bottle. Ask me why.
Thank you.
The reason why I was getting my water bottle is for you to have a sip and relax.
Okay.
It's too early to worry about that for now because usually it takes time. It takes months for them to collate and calculate and then come out with the results. Usually they will do the collation and then they will sort out because there's going to be a lot of applications that will be void. It's like sorting out votes during elections. They will carefully do all of that. Some things will just not match, and then some applications will be void, cancelled, and then they will now reallot the rejected rights that were declined to those who applied for extra. And of course, there are so many people, things so cheap, people are applying for excess. Myself, I applied for extra beyond my rights. So we are going to be faced with a situation where the rights issue is oversubscribed. But the registrants will settle down and try to allot to the extent they can and then do the form. So if you apply for too much that they can't allot to you, they will now need to also calculate what the value of your refund should be based on what they're giving you. After all said and done, allotment will now be done. But they will announce this is how the subscription went. So and so number of shares void. So and so successful. Therefore, the offer was 250% oversubscribed. And so on. But in the end, the role that belongs to you will succumb to you. And as far as you didn't make any errors, then sometimes the ones you apply for extra may also be allotted to you. So I was offering you water to drink and chill.
Okay.
To see the
Thank you very much.
the excess that you apply for. So we are all in the same boat. We are going to chill and relax until it comes out. But it's a fantastic bargain. 1 naira 70 kobo. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It doesn't come out.
And again, have you got idea of when the tip one comes out? Because I'm just saving up for that one as well because I want to also get up to 1 million on that one as well. So I'm saving up on that one as well. Yeah, that's why, because I just want to get idea. Yeah, I want to get an idea of when that one will come. So let me know how to project myself on that one as well.
That's actually the target. What we can't acquire with 12 million on the floor of the exchange, we will try to acquire with 7 million through the rights issue. Let's just pray and so many others reject their offers so that we
Okay.
can also hit the 1 million share challenge cheaper through the rights. We
Yeah.
have not heard any, but I think approval has already been given for the
Okay.
offer by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So any moment we'll get there.
Okay. Thank you, Coach. Thank you very much for all you do. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Pleasure.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Bye.
Okay, Imole is making a comment that I think I should revisit. She said, this is tensioning. This is tensioning at this point, Imole, never mind. It only helps to stir us up. Just in case you are here, whether you're coming for the first time or you've been a part of this community and you've been playing with money, money has no value around you. You just blow money anyhow. You go back and think of your life again. And when you hear what people are planning to do and what they are achieving already, you will speak truths to yourself. No matter how bitter. You know, the bitter truth you tell yourself can purge you faster than the one someone tells you, because sometimes you'll be wondering whether this person is trying to mock you or ridicule you. So the bitter truth you will go away from this meeting with will change you forever. And your perspective about money, everything will change. That's what we're about. I hope it's making sense. Harry Julie, next caller.
Hello, good afternoon, Coach.
Very good afternoon to you. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Ruth, and I'm streaming here from the UK. And I want to say well done to you, Coach, for all that you do for us here on this platform. And there is this issue that I've heard ever since I came across your website. I've been following for the past 2 months, and I've been struggling a lot to get into the market. I messaged you on Instagram, and I followed all the recommendations that you gave me. So with I'm currently trying to open an account with Atlas, but for the past 2 months, it's been, back and forth, back and forth. And finally, last week, we got to a place that they found out my name. There's kind of a discrepancy with my bank name in Nigeria and my current name that I bear now, because, when you marry, you change your name, stuff, sort of. So so I managed to get a number on their website, on the Atlas website, when I followed it through. And I spoke with a guy there through WhatsApp. So he promised to help me resolve the whole thing. And I've been following up since that last week Thursday. And yesterday I just got a mail, which appears to be from that company, from the Atlas portfolio. And the guy sent me like um, an account, Sterling Bank account, sort of, and they said to make some payments to begin with. So I wasn't sure what getting into the stock market looks like. Whether I was thinking it's going to be like a bank account where I can manage everything on my own. Look at it, just like we have a trading 212 here on our app. We open it and then you can buy whatever you want to buy by yourself. You don't have to pay money to anyone to help you. So I was thinking it's gonna be like that. So when I received that mail, I didn't reply. I haven't replied. I said when I come online today, I'll ask Coach if this is the right thing for me to do before I just jump in and start doing things anyhow. So that is what I want to clarify. That is that what the market, how you operate the market. Yeah, that's what I want to clarify.
Okay. First off, it's correct that you pay into their bank account as long as the account name is Atlas Portfolios. They usually have two bank accounts, Sterling and GTCO. Now, in the course of making your payments, it's important for you to use your full names and your CHN number as the transaction narration or description.
Okay.
That way, they can easily map it and credit your trading dashboard. So when next you log on, you'll see the money you use to trade. That's the way it works. We've advised that they find a way to do automated confirmation of transfers. So it makes it easier. But that's the way they operate. The money has to go into their account before they post it into your trading account.
But coach, how do I get the CHN number? I haven't got any. That's why I was surprised. The only thing I got was that account details
You
to
don't
pay
have
into.
login details.
No, no, not at all.
Okay, that means they have worked on your. You will need to now check your spam mailbox.
Okay.
Most of the login details, that's where it goes. So check for it there, because for them to send you bank details means they've opened your account.
Okay, I'll check today.
Do you follow me on Instagram?
Yes, I do, coach.
Okay, check, give me a feedback there. If you don't find it there, let me know from the feedback so I can know who to contact with your full names and let them confirm the status and possibly resend or reset, or whatever it is.
Oh,
Then
thank you very much.
remind me in that message to send you the 2 videos, 15 minutes each, that shows how to navigate the site. Because you need to know how to go about it, even when you sign in and see the money on your dashboard. You now need to know how to easily navigate to buy and sell.
Okay,
Right?
thank you very much. I'll do that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next caller, Boss Energy Blueprint. I have not got my login details also, and it's over a week now. When I messaged on WhatsApp, they said what price? Sometimes they get glitches with the CSCS leg of account opening. They don't do it alone in-house, you know. So a whole lot of issues. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, coach.
Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Uzoma, streaming from Birmingham, UK.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for all you do for us. I came across your page through a friend 2 months ago, and every day I struggle to make sure that my break is always towards your life, so that I can use all of my break to listen to all you say and teach us here. So I'm calling. I have 3 questions. Before I came across Atlas and all, I've been using Bamboo and Trade 212. I always hear you speak about how to bid on stocks. I really don't know how to go about that. I just search on stocks, buy, keep them, and all of those things. I've been buying stocks for almost 2 years now, although foreign stocks. But when I met you, I started buying Nigerian stocks, and I'm seeing a lot of hype on my portfolio. My second question will be on the stocks you posted on your Instagram yesterday. SNDL, SCONS, ACB, AGC, and all. I want to know what's your recommendations on it. I tried to search on some of them and buy immediately, but shortly after you posted, there was a hype in price on all of those stocks. The third question will be on the 1 million challenge. Is it too late? And please, how do we go about it? Thank you.
First off, those pot stocks, that's another thing they call it. It's either cannabis or pot. I explained the details yesterday. The policy that brought about that response is just a news yet, hasn't been implemented, meaning there's still room for volatility, fluctuation along the line. That initial jump is a reaction to the news. And before the full implementation starts, there could be holders left, right, and center. So this is a pre-information to take long-term position early, right?
Okay.
I do not have those, my watch list here on my screen to be able to say anything, especially how they performed yesterday. But I can see that some of them did 30%, 30-something percent, 19%, and all that. Wait for a proper pullback once again, and then take position amongst the most active. Ray is one of the most active. I remember when cannabis stocks were also hyped some years ago. The same way we had EV hypes, cannabis hypes, we currently have AI hypes. There is always, even Bitcoin or cryptocurrency stocks were hyped at some point. So I think just watch how they drop again because interest will first decline a bit. More people will still sell for profit, and then you take a quiet position in them. That's for those cannabis stocks. Then for your second question was what again?
I asked about how to bid for stocks and about the 1 million challenge.
Okay, are you on Atlas or you are on Bamboo for the
I'm on Bamboo
bid?
and Trade
Okay,
212.
I don't use Bamboo, so I don't know how the platform works. But to bid for a stock means you are not really interested in buying at market price. You want to bid lower. So you look through the app and find where you have limit order.
Okay.
Then you put in your price. For instance, the stock is selling for 9 naira per share or $9 per share, but you want to buy at $8.50. You don't go market order. If you put in market order in the course of placing your bid, then market order will everything will just buy according to whatever the price is in the market. And usually it buys at the top. The system just automatically buys at the top, and after you buy, the price comes down.
Okay.
So look for limit order, then it will now give you a dialog box where you are requested to put in the exact price that you want. So the disadvantage of that is if a stock is in high demand, you stand a chance of not getting it because everybody else is bidding higher, and the system will not sell to you unless the price drops. But if the stock is not in too much of a high demand, the daily fluctuations at some point it will drop to your price and sell to you automatically.
Okay.
That's about bidding, whether it's an offer or a sale. Then for 1 million challenge, please everybody who does not understand the 1 million share challenge for the opt-ins time, let me explain. Pay attention. I've been in the stock market for 27 years now, and we've seen a whole lot of things happen in this time. From my experience, the stock market is a fantastic place that gives opportunity for wealth creation. I've stayed long enough to see stocks jump within 5 years, from being penny stocks to being powerhouses. I've spoken a lot about it. I've experienced it myself. And I thought there has to be a direction. And then I got the inspiration that look, people should not just buy stocks aimlessly. Somehow, somewhere, there are too many strategies to employ to accelerate your wealth creation experience or journey. How? Instead of spreading 2 million naira or 3 million naira on 5 stocks and getting peanuts every time each of them makes a reasonable capital gain because it didn't gather enough, for how far you have come so far in your investment journey, take up this 1 million challenge. If you do not have a stock that a company that you have 1 million shares at once, are you with me? What you should do is at this point buy 1 million shares of a particular company, even if it's just one, no matter how long it takes. And that means a penny stock that has good prospects, you acquire 1 million today, 5 years, 3 years down the line, could become a solid stock tomorrow. Clear real life examples. 5 years ago, NACO was selling for 2 naira per share, basically because of COVID that stopped movements. NACO is in the airline industry and so was grounded, just like everybody else had to stay at home. At that point, the stock price crashed. All stocks in the world crashed actually, but NACO dropped to 2 naira per share. If you bought 1 million shares of NACO, you would have spent only 2 million naira. 5 years on, today, NACO is selling for 107 naira per share. The 2 million naira you spent buying NACO is now worth 107 million naira only after 5 years. No amount of real estate business can generate that much within 5 years of investing 2 million naira. That NACO, it was about 3 years ago, I bought it at 9 naira per share. Today, it's 107 naira. That aside, so when it makes huge capital gains, you are the better for it. When they declare huge dividends, they used to pay kobo dividends. They were paying 30 kobo then, 45 kobo then, 50 kobo. This year, they paid 5 naira 90 kobo per share dividend. The stock you bought for 2 naira is now paying more than 5 naira. Almost 3 times the amount you spent buying that stock is what you get, because that 5 naira 90 kobo dividend also now amounts to 5.9 million naira as dividend. Why? Because you acquired 1 million shares of it. If you had 100,000 shares, 5 naira 9 kobo per share dividend would just amount to 500 and something thousand. But here, because you acquired 1 million at one point, you are now receiving nearly 300% dividend yield. Every year, that's what's going to happen. So the whole idea is bulk up on stocks up to 1 million plus, if you like, that you can acquire today, knowing that it has prospects tomorrow to give you that much. That's the whole idea about the 1 million challenge. Fidelity Bank was selling for less than 2 naira 3 years ago. Today, it's 20 naira. 2 million naira invested in Fidelity Bank 3 years ago is now worth 20 million naira. So you don't want to play around the market and just spreading your money anyhow. Just one stock can turn your life around. So it is a means of forcing you into becoming a multi-millionaire. That's the idea with the 1 million shares challenge. It doesn't mean you should go and buy the cheapest stocks in the market, because they can mess you up. So we have a pool of stocks that we're looking at that has these prospects to give us as much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's about the 1 million share challenge. I hope.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you very much. All right, more callers standing by. Let's go. So please, if anybody is asking for 1 million share challenge, refer them to today's video at exactly 1:35 or say 1:30. I don't know when I started explaining it, but at exactly 1:35 on the last day of September live stream, 30th of September, this discussion was put together once again. Minute 1:35 p.m., 1 hour 35 minutes into today's live stream. Everything 1 million share challenge has been explained. UC Authentic, Jumi, and Amy, you are our next 3 callers. Please, can you share the list of stocks for the 1 million challenge? I love Ginger is asking. Okay.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're streaming from, sir?
Uche, I'm calling from Spain. I called you yesterday.
Okay.
Thank you for everything you're doing. Though, just as I said before, I'm a new beginner in this. I'm not into stock, so I'm very well interested in stock investment. But first of all, I just be careful to know before I start trading which platform I should be using. That's why I am interested in using the Atlas. Just like about 2 callers I called before that explained that the message from Atlas. The same thing I received a message from Atlas yesterday after I called. But the truth is that, just as she said, an account was sent to me to credit money in that account, which is the Stanley Bank account. First of all, I have to go into my spam email and check into my inbox.
Can you make your question straight? Can you just hit the nail on
Yes,
the
well, that is where I'm going to now. So I checked into the email. I did not see the login to the account, to the platform. So I now said, okay, I will wait. Today I will have to call to confirm if that message is truly coming from Atlas. You understand? So that is why I said, let me ask you. Because I did not see the login, the password, or this to enter into the platform.
Okay,
So this is
do as
what
I told her. If you had the same experience, do as I told her. You have checked, you didn't see in your spam mailbox. Do as I told her. Send me a message with your full names and let me contact them outside here. Because I've checked, while she was talking, I checked to see if they were in today's live stream. They are not. I'm sure their hands are still full with processing the charms rights issue. So
Okay.
that's the other way I can be able to help.
Okay.
Thank you very
Please,
much.
coach, I will still want to ask this. You know, as I told you, I'm a beginner in this. So most times I get different from YouTube. I watch different programs in as much. Then there
Let
are
me
some
advise you,
programs
sir.
that
Let me just
you said.
advise you. Just take this
Okay.
advice. Let's save time. Number one, there are too many cut and paste everywhere. If you see a group where you are comfortable with the results, you pitch your tent there and learn from there. Don't divide your attention all over the place. You will get confused. Number two, if you are a beginner and you want to really get the foundation of what we are sharing, send me a DM for the beginner guide video. Everybody needs to watch it 1 hour. You sit down, go through it, understand very well. Then I will also send you a link to join Network Investors Club. We are on Discord app and you keep learning on a daily basis. Nobody was born with this thing from birth. We all acquired the knowledge. Now we have created that community to help as many people who want to flourish in this. It's a do-it-yourself club and it's deliberate so that people become more independent in terms of their investment decisions that they make. Some people still come to my DM to be asking questions that is freely available in the group. When I will find the time to come and be responding to some of those questions, I don't know. So the group is there for us to help each other. Just the same way you see the admins are on the comments now, trying to solve these same problems we are trying to solve. And so that's what I advise. Send me a DM, I'll forward the link to you. You watch that video, understand it very well. The beauty of this is that not everybody will have the same idea of going the market the way I do. Not everybody has, some people have much more money to explore in the market. Some have less, but everybody just makes up their mind. Once you get your conviction about how to go about this, you are far better off than copy paste materials all over the place.
Yeah, thank you, coach.
That's clear.
What I wanted to ask you is different. Not like just want to clarify one thing about this mutual fund and having into stock. Is it advisable for one to invest into money market fund or just go into stock? You know, I'm not used to.
You can do money market, you can do stocks.
Okay.
The fact is that stocks grow your money faster, so it depends on what you want. In the end, the decision is yours to make.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Jumi, you are next. After Jumi is Amy. All the me's in the house. Yes, I was supposed to respond to a particular question, and now I have immersed myself in this discussion so much, I've now forgotten. Okay, a short list of stocks for the 1 million challenge. Thank you very much, Vivian. Your money sis. Appreciate you for the responses. Charms, TIP, Jais Bank, UPDC, Academy Press. There's also UPDC REIT. UPDC REIT, 1 million challenge. I think there's more. Cornhall is also in that list. QTix is also in that list. ROT Briscoe is also in that list. And then we have, what's the other one now? We deliberately avoided insurance companies, I explained also. All right, next caller. Okay, that call didn't connect, dropped call. So we go to Emmy. Yankee for real, good afternoon to you. Thank you so very much. I've been receiving gifts from Nijazi Global Empire. Thank you so much for relentlessly pumping roses in this live stream. What's the 1 million challenge about, Coach? Olabiye, minute 1 hour 35 minutes of today's live stream video. You check it out on YouTube. If I start now, then our time is up. 14 minutes before we close, we have 7 callers still standing by. We go with Joshua. After Joshua, Chilamo. Then Able God.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Coach. How are you, sir?
And where you are streaming from? I'm doing great. And how are you?
My name is Joshua from Lagos. So I don't really have much complaint. I just want to find out if you have any means to contact CSCS, because my CSCS subscription expired and I renewed since more than 10 days and I can't still get access to the platform. I've tried all the channels, their contact channel, mail and phone number. I can't get anyone. And I don't know if you have any other alternative.
All right. I don't know how to contact CSCS for this other than via their website and their emails. So maybe you just send them emails or check on their website.
Okay. I'll keep trying.
Yes,
also, I want to encourage everybody in the house. You know, when we talk about the 1 million challenge, and some people are looking at it, small investors, I will say, are looking at it like, oh, this is much. Like if you look at Charms, 30 naira something, that is over 30 million naira for the 1 million. I want to let them know that for somebody else, it might be 1 million challenge. Why for another person, it might be 100,000 units challenge. So you don't have to get overwhelmed seeing other people doing 1 million challenge and you're not able to. If it's 100,000 challenge you can do, go ahead. If it's 2,000 challenge you can do, go ahead with it. And when you start seeing the results, you'll be very happy you took that decision.
Thank you very much. That's something is actually what the 1 million challenge was all about. I said it when they initiated it, that if you are a student or you are a civil servant, you can't afford 1 million shares. For you, take 1 million challenge as 100,000 shares for a particular stock and pursue it. And now you must not achieve it overnight. Take your time. It takes 6 months, great. If it takes 1 year, great. But by all means, keep your eyes on the ball, stay focused, achieve your goal. Thank you so very much, Joshua. Appreciate. Chilamo, next caller. Let's make it fast. We have just about 11 minutes before today's live stream is over. Yankee for real says, I have my dividends in my Bamboo account, but as I'm talking to you now, I can't find the money again. All right. Just do well to send them a message through all their customer care links, and hopefully they get back to you. Hello, good afternoon. Is Chilamo there, or it is by accident you have called? To save time, we proceed to dial in the next caller to come on board.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Coach.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
My name is Abiodun. Sorry, the big noise. I'm trying to move away from noisy place. My
You
name
are
is
supposed to
Abiodun. I'm
be
streaming
away
from
from the
London.
noise
Can you
before
hear me
you
better now,
pick the
please?
phone.
Yeah, I've moved already.
All right,
Can
go
you hear me
ahead.
better now?
Abiodun from
All
London.
right. Yes. I've tried to. I'm a new in this treating, and after listening to you for a while, so I decided to go with Free to open an account. I did open the account, and then I tried to purchase a chairs, which she said Aradai last week Thursday. Although the market was closed, then I bought chairs with Aradai. But to my greatest surprise, on Friday, I found nothing on the purchase history, nothing there. And then I was worried. So I tried to call him twice. You called me up because you couldn't hear me last week, Friday. So, and then today I contacted the Aradite, the Afri Investor 2.0 to say I couldn't see the shares purchase. I can't see anything. And they said that they will sort it out for me. Anyway, at the end of the day, they were able to put back the fund into my wallet. But this made me to be afraid. There's no way to contact them much. It's difficult. But why I'm making this call is, what do you advise? Because now the money is back into my wallet, but I'm worried buying. I bought some from Bamboo, which is fine. I have no issue with that. But this Afri, which I really put in interest more to buy more from, but now it's gotten me threatening to know if I'm going to still proceed buying the shares from there or to have to move. But I noticed that most of the time when people ask you question about which broker to use, you don't really be specific. I know you've been very systematic about answering those questions, but I'm throwing it again. What can you advise? The money is bank refunded back into my account now, but I would still want to buy the shares with Aradai. But I'm worried if I should still go with this Afri Investor Point or other, I don't know. So yes, please.
Well, I have to be as professional as possible. Please mute your mic.
Okay.
Mute your mic if you want to talk.
2 months.
Speak.
Okay.
I have my challenge with some of the feedbacks we have heard from users of some of these apps and brokers. And I have to be very professional about how I respond to your questions here, because the live stream is not targeted at talking down on any broker or app, and I may just be misunderstood. In any case, you go through the comments and ask questions about the experiences of other users. What I have noticed with AfroInvest is some users still are okay with the broker. Some have bad experiences. At this point, the choice is entirely yours. And before every Nigerian are a list of brokerage accounts on the NGX. Talking about stockbroking firms, there are over 150 of them. Pick your choice, but be comfortable with whatever choice you make. I can only preach what I practice. That's my style. That's why I don't come here to tell you about Forex. The question will be, do you do Forex? So why are you convincing people to do what you don't do? So it's the same thing. If you ask me, I'll quickly tell you, I use Atlas portfolios. Very simple. But it is almost also looking as though I am advertising for Atlas portfolios. I am not advertising for them. A lot of times you want to be sure what you are using and see results, then you follow. So if you choose anyone Let it be based on your conviction. Ladies and gentlemen, while we are still talking here, so much is going on. Goodness gracious. What am I seeing? 90 million, 90 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? 80 million. 90 million times 7 is how many, please? Oh my God, something spectacular is happening in Fidelity. 90 million shares in 8 places, 720 million naira worth of Fidelity Bank has been traded at once. And let me see the total volume of Fidelity. 727 million shares of Fidelity have just been traded, valued at a whopping, how much? This thing keeps skipping. Goodness me. 14.5 billion naira worth of Fidelity Bank has just been traded. Goodness me. Something spectacular is happening. And then all of a sudden, never seen this volume of transaction before. Okay. So Fidelity is now 20 naira 5 kobo already. I love Ginger says, I just bought Fidelity today. How much did you buy? It's 20.05 right now. Goodness me, that was a lot. 14.5 billion blown on one stock. Fidelity Bank jumps to 20 naira 25 kobo. Ladies and gentlemen, is the race about to begin with Fidelity from that transaction? 20 naira 25 kobo per share. Okay, so I was talking to Able God. Hello, Able God, are you there?
See here, you asked me to mute my speaker.
So, it's up to you to decide. If you are very comfortable with bamboo and your instinct is telling you run, or you know that meme voice all over social, run, or if that is what you are hearing inside, then you make up your mind. I will not be able to publicly now, talk down on any brokerage firm. Like I said, some people have a good experience, some do not. And it's the same everywhere. Just like now, Atlas, some people are having a good ride, some people are struggling with it. Account opening is taking weeks or even a month, but it wasn't so before. And then they always they will come, they will explain, this is what happened, and so on and so forth. So, make up your mind, sir.
Sir.
All right. Okay, we have 2 minutes. I think I should take another caller because we've really kept them waiting. Aradel unrelenting, still holding firm at 613 naira. We'll see how that goes. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're streaming from. We have just 2 minutes. Hello, good afternoon. Are you there? Obviously a wrong call, so we'll take another one. Lucky you, too great. Too great, you just may be our last caller. My pleasure, Kaka, always and forever. Too great was lost. Okay, maybe it's your day, Glorizzi. As we round up, still 1 minute to go. This must be the last call. Whether it clicks or not, I think we'll be done for the day. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're streaming from? Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's live stream. Really appreciate everybody who has been a part of this. I see you there, Benita, and everyone who has been helping out in the comment section. VOO, everyone, I appreciate you for all the likes, the shares, and even for your time. You are simply amazing. Thank you very much. And apologies once again, we noticed another hitch on YouTube. I don't know why, but we go again tomorrow. 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time, we meet here again. Today's video will be uploaded before it is 4 p.m. Nigerian time, so that if you are in Canada, USA, because of time difference, you are not able to join, never mind, we will be uploading for your viewing pleasure. Ask any questions you will, and we will respond over there. Until then, this is me saying thank you very much. Appreciate you. Have a lovely day and a fantastic